I'm guessing FedEx had some type of issue, so I was able to go pick it up. Damn. Oh, this is the lightest piece. This is the motor, or the controller, was what I thought was going to be the heaviest. Kept putting things off. Oh, I'll wait till I have a lift. I'll wait till I have a lift. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to bust into this here. Get some instructions going. Especially with hydraulics. This is my first foray, if you'd like to call it that, into anything setup of hydraulic. Like, yes, you use brakes and clutches and slave cylinders, and those are hydraulics, but this is the first time I've ever set anything up like this, where I'm setting fittings up. Hydraulic fittings, that's all new to me. So I know you have to do the Teflon tape, and I watched a couple videos already. You know, I checked out Brian's Mobile 1, which is amazing all the time. That guy's at his site, man. And he's got some amazing info on how you put these together. So watch his video. Definitely give him a check, you know. Give him a like and a subscribe. But this will be my first time with the Teflon tape, wrapping all these lines up correctly. Make sure everything is in tip-top shape and order. I'm really digging this. These are the blocks that you're... Man, I got a lot of these. Do they usually come with all these? Damn. That is great. I got 2 bags of these blocks, man. Now these blocks are stackable. Yeah, man. I'm believing you could stack each side. You can stack a short and a tall block. And give yourself some extra height. So stackable frame rail blocks. They do on the website actually have ones. You could probably do this yourself too if you really wanted to, if you have the tool, is you cut a line for your frame rail in there and maybe a hash here, so if you wanted to use it sideways. Or you can go buy QuickJacks. Alright. Here's the power unit. Oh, nice. Already pre-assembled on its base. Yep. Oh, that's wonderful. Little handle. Here's your remote. Pulling these wires out here. I mean, it should be quality. You paid for it, so everything should be of a high quality. But really, though, for what you're getting, if you look at some other portable jacks that are out in the market and everything, you cannot go wrong with this price, and you can't go wrong with this design. I mean, this is incredible. Look at all the room you're going to have to work in here. You could just plant the seat or stool right there and not kill your back anymore. This is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Each rail should be 60 pounds. That's about right. Yep, one side should have wheels, which I guess you have. Nope, it's this side. So you can put that on the ground. Watch your fingers, of course. You don't want to get your fingers caught in there. Anyway. Look at that. And it's got little wheels. Yes. Thread the needle, baby. Look at that. Yep. I mean, really though. There's no way you're going through these with a razor blade. If you do, better learn. Whew, that was a job in itself. We are trucking along here. We've made some progress. It's all about fittings and everything. It really is. I mean, you know, like Schrader valve, fill up 50 psi. Take a valve tool and get inside there and really make sure those things are snug down. You got this guy right here, but the problem is some of these welds, they were so thick, it had a really hard time passing by this right here. So I actually had to take a wrench on the back of this here and pry it up a couple times. Now it didn't screw the lip up or anything like that, so I think we're good. But just really, I don't know, man, I had to lift up the lift just a little bit just to pass it by, because if you see here, these welds they're thick welds, and they should be. I've got two male connections here with some Teflon. You want to make sure this Teflon isn't impeding the flow at all. I'm going to fill this up with ATF fluid. That's going to be your hydraulic fluid of choice. Got a regular 110 power unit here. Of course, you got your controls with a little hook on the back here. I just made something to hang it on. Here's the actual unit itself. This has a cap on here that will build up pressure. It says you want to make sure this is loose. You know, it's not, you don't want it to be full loose where you're adding fluid. But if you see here, there's a little hole. See that? It's a breather. So you want to make sure that this is in. When you're carrying this, so say you were to make this portable, you want to tighten this up all the way. But if you're using it, you want to make sure it's a couple turns loose. Breather vent should be tightened for transport. Always loosen breather vent before use by turning knob counterclockwise. Here's the power unit on top. Here's the couplers. Like I said here, here's another one of those little safety rings. So you pull this over and it can't detach. It's harder to detach it. I have it on a little dolly, and the footprint is very small. The coupler here has a small circle, or a small pin. You can see I'm lined up with that pin right now. So what happens is when you line this pin up, now you can pull back this clip here, and the fitting will detach. Now the cool thing is you can spin this here. Now that acts as a little lock. Now with this hole right here, you won't be able to get the coupler back. So if you rotate these a little, it's like a safety lock. Come underneath this way, and if you see, this way is actually pinching it, but if you pull it more towards the end here, you've got a nice free hose here. And I like to leave these hooked up. Now the reason is, if something were to happen and I needed to put the tires on real quick and get this thing back in the ground, it's going to be easier to do it with these cables hooked up. If you have to lower this, you're going to have to do the cables and the tires and get it back in the ground. So it's just a little added bit of caution. Plus, if you see here, if the cable's like this and you set it down, this doesn't touch the ground fully. It does here, but then it starts to lift. So if you have this here and pull this down, it's not going to crimp the cable. Also, the importance of setting this hose up correctly to the 10 o'clock position means when it's fully up like this, it's not going to be stressed. My Schrader valve came pre-installed. 50 psi in the bottle, and I heard it hissing out of the cap. The actual valve inside there wasn't tightened down. I got a tool that tightens the valve inside, and it took about 2.5 turns to seat the rubber cap down inside there. I'm liking this now, so we'll do that again. We'll bleed it, and then that's it. We should be able to raise some cars up on this. This is absolutely incredible. So install really with a couple breaks took me like 2.5 hours. I really took my time, watched some of the videos back and forth to make sure the bleeders were in the correct positions and everything, and watch a couple of the FAQs on the website again, just hooking this all up, because like I said, this is my first foray into actually putting couplers onto hoses for hydraulics. I mean, nuts. But very cool, QuickJack. So let's do this. Manual states, don't raise the QuickJack to its full height without load on it. You just want to go halfway. So right now, all we're going to do is pump up the pistons here with some hydraulic fluid. So you should hear the motor going, and they should start raising once they're filled, if there's no leaks. After you've raised and lowered the jack a few times, there's a little hex bolt back here that they want you to bleed some of the air out of the piston. That's typical for any type of jack with hydraulic fluid. Alright, QuickJack is set up, and I am exhausted. That was a nice long day I had, but you know what? This is awesome because this thing's together. I've got a bunch of cool jobs to do on the car, so I can't wait. Now I'm going to be able to get under here, have some clearance, be able to work with both arms, not kill my back, jacking the thing up one side at a time sometimes. Forget it. That is over. The days of that are over. The days of the QuickJack are here. Couple tips when setting up the QuickJack. You want to make sure that the load is leveled in between your pinch welds. Now you'll see there's a little space in between where the actual stock jack will go, in between the pinch welds in here. These dust caps are pretty important for keeping debris and everything off the face. You can see the blocks here. Pretty much get your frame rail centered somewhere inside here. You want to center the QuickJack so the center of gravity is between the frame rails. Make it really easy to transport and slide. This end slides really well too. The end with the logo on it. When you lift it from here like this and put it up on the wheels, now it's really rollable. Now to slide it, the wheels are a little tough to slide, but this end will slide for you really well. So see how this end slides really well? If anything, it's so light you can kick this into place without any type of groin injury. This end you can just pick up and sway, and it'll sway better than it slides. It has two heights to it, and you can see here, these are the catches. So this bar, this is going to catch that, and that'll make sure that this doesn't go anywhere. It's almost like it's like a built-in jack stand. We're going to go for full height. With the jack at its highest setting, there's a lot of room. We're looking at, with the lip, we got about 18.5 inches. You could stack these blocks up, get better height on them underneath. But I mean, look at that. So I went out and got a new creeper because my creeper was shot. And it rolls under there perfect. There's so much room to work. It's incredible. Alright everyone, thanks for watching this video about the QuickJack. I didn't do an in-depth installation, I just wanted to show everyone how it works and how it works on these GD style Imprezas, Outbacks, WRXs. This SLX 5,000 pound capacity QuickJack is going to be best for your GD body style. So I hope you like this video, hope it helps you out if you're going to purchase one of these QuickJacks yourself. Some information here that you could definitely use. Alright, once again, thanks for watching. SVTWRC QuickJack. We'll see ya.